So I was talking about not being a practitioner of these arts, but rather of African arts. So let's hear some of the philosophies showing. Keep in mind I have a tattoo of Biafra on my arm. And I've one, two, well actually the small one, yeah, the small one's over here. Three flags of Biafra, and then Pan-African flag here on my window. Both that have the colors, it's the same color scheme, if you will, except for the sun of the Biafran flag. When the sun comes at some point, in the day through here, so it resembles this flag. A lot of you might not have picked that up. I may have pointed it out in other videos. But anyway, page 11, Fighting for Honor, written by Nebo. Although the Biafran grappling and the Angolan percussive arts were stylistically very different, both fulfilled similar social roles. Both were used as a form of entertainment when practiced to music, a form of dueling to settle personal scores, a ritualized form of conflict resolution, or a form of battlefield training for young soldiers. Remember, I talk about combat arts. I make the distinction between entertainment and combat arts, okay? Central to all context is the concept of honor for the practitioner and often for the community through the honored practitioner. So you can understand that honor is something that has not eluded me. These concepts have not escaped me. Okay? Mastering either art could bring a skilled practitioner respect for his graceful execution, the admiration of potential wives, and economic advancement. Each art provided a path of spiritual development that could take an exceptional adept to one of the highest forms of honor in Africa, the status of a transcendent hero. Someone who was initiated into full mastery of Ngolo could become a special kind of ancestor, one who could physically manifest in the bodies of his descendants. Similarly, the Biafran art of Ngba and its cognates could serve as a tool to achieve the highest of honors. A master of the martial art, Di Ngba, who remained true to the accompanying moral code, could become a transcendent hero, the most honored of ancestors, who could be called upon for guidance in important matters and could reincarnate among the living while retaining a position among the dead ancestors. In the sense, both Ngolo and Ngba can be understood as martial arts and more specifically as martial ways in the strict sense. That's the top of page 12. So, as you can see, my martial arts philosophy is not only based on African principles of martial arts, African combat principles, hand-to-hand combat, but I have considered other forms of fighting. I've considered other philosophies to make sure that my moral code is of the highest quality. That is what this Man of Honor playlist is about. That's what my life is about. Through my videos, through my impression in the energies of this earth, through my spirit and how it has related to this earth and how it has expressed itself through this earth, I will inspire future generations of warriors to stand up to the forces of evil. And many of you just simply cannot understand that. In Christianity, there are spirits. The Holy Spirit, being possessed by demonic entities. I believe something that perhaps is not explored enough in the Bible is being inspired by righteous men. The spirit of righteous men. The stories connect to a part of your brain where your energies and your mind are moving. The blood and the energies are moving, and you're feeling this story with your mind, body, and soul. And with your mind, body, and soul, you're connecting to the idea and to the spirit of this warrior, whether it's Joshua or Moses and Aaron. You're connecting to these transcendent heroes. Some of them your ancestors, perhaps. This goes a lot deeper than these people would like to admit. This is a lot more spiritual than people would like to admit. There's a lot more divine energy flowing this way and that than people would like to admit, than the wrong people would like to admit. You see how they've denied me the things that would be culturally normative, would be socially normative in my culture. Not only is this African culture, the author is an Igbo, and he's talking about Biafrans grappling and so on. So, make no mistake, Biafrans had their own percussive arts, but they decided to go with these Angolan percussive arts, and you see it in capoeira. And I would venture to say that a lot of jiu-jitsu, perhaps Brazilian style, is probably influenced by Biafran grappling, though I don't really know. But I would assume for the same reason that Regional capoeira has been influenced by its root, Angola, and capoeira, you know. So, what you see, my friends, is that honor cannot be taken for granted. Honor should not be taken lightly. Women are supposed to gravitate toward the most honorable of men. They are the ones who are supposed to have the money and the highest status, the highest of honors. That's what it says by the book. The highest of honors. You see how wrong they have done me spiritually, socially, politically, economically, romantically. You see how they have deprived me of my just reward. And I do mean just. So a lot of you sit there and will say he wants to whine about how women don't appreciate him all day. Don't you see how deep it goes, my friend? Not only is it bad for society, it is bad for me, and it is part of what keeps me from saving the world. If men like me were in charge, my goodness, human potential would have no bounds. The Skywalker, the sky would be the limit, or perhaps there would be no limit. It would be limitless as it ventures off into space and time. You see, the importance of fighting for honor is not just, something some foolish idealist came up with. It is what would save humanity, perhaps from itself, but definitely from the forces of evil. That is why I have to call out all my enemies. And whatever institutions they seek refuge in, I must call out those institutions as well. Send out the wolves, and we will leave you alone. That is my promise to all of you. Thank you.